I'm Emily and welcome to the video.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you.
So the other day I was watching Quiet's channel, who is a American commentator, and I noticed that recently he has been doing videos on these storytime channels. One being called My Story Animation, which is what we're going to be looking at today. Now, these storytime channels, they are slash that happened. That's a good way of describing them. And just very cursed in general.
I don't know why
Very well, forwards, respect it.
anyone would name their child a swear word. Clearly, my parents were out of their mind when they chose it. And
Yeah, it's probably not the most, definitely not the most ideal name to be named after a swear.
because of the stupid name they picked for me, I've had to get used to the smell of poo. And
So now you might be wondering, slash looking up anagrams for the word poo.
no, I'm not just talking about when I go to the toilet. It started
I mean, so now you can sit there either looking up anagrams, thinking, oh, what is this word?
when a French boy moved to our school. The teacher was doing the register, and when she got to my name, the French kid started laughing hysterically.
I mean, it's obviously mean to do that, but it's like it's translations and stuff.
I looked at him and asked him what was so funny, and then he told me. In French, my name literally means poo. As if
I said, that's not ideal.
that's not bad enough. It's also used as a swear word. We were only 10
Oof.
at the time, but I'd heard my mom and dad shouting at each other using the English version of the word. It was a bad
That's not very nice, is it?
word. I was so angry. Why did my mom
Angry face. Angry
and
animation
dad choose
face.
such a horrible
Normally in these animations, the people are standing there smiling the whole time, like, hi, I'm telling you about my awful life story, but I'm smiling like everything's great.
name for me? Did they think I was just a piece of poo? For the rest of the day, my
Well, that's not very nice. is it?
classmates called me Poo Girl, and no one would sit next
Shut up. My classmates call me Poo Girl.
to me. It was the worst day of my life. As soon as my mom picked me up, I started shouting at her, and then I did something crazy. I swore at her. I didn't even
Well, that's not very nice, is it? Say sorry.
care how she
Like, what them adverts where like the kids shout at the parents, these adverts, and then the kid's like, I'm sorry, here's a piece of cake. I don't know what adverts they are. I think it's advertising like kitchen counters, and like the kid like shouts at mom, and then the kid just walks in with like some lemon cake or something and goes, here's a cake, I'm sorry.
react. You piece of
Thank you for blaring that out. Saves me the bother.
and then I spat at her.
Thank you for blaring it out, even if it was very obvious to understand what you were saying, but that saves me the bother of blaring it out. PG family friendly.
A car ride home, I just went insane. My mom always told me my name was so cute, but she was
Cute for your name could be cute for you, but going to this French kid, it's not, is it?
It wasn't cute. It was disgusting. When Dad got home
Yes.
from work, I was still shouting at Mom. Well,
This is like anime cartoons. It's very much like them, like angry faces, like hi yeah, and lightning and fireworks and fire going boom boom boom. You know, angry faces.
Dad went berserk. He sent me to my room and said if I didn't sort my behavior out and treat my mom better, he'd send me away to stay with the orphans.
That's a bit extreme, isn't it? She says one swear, and then her dad goes, one more swear from you. We are a PG family friendly household, and you will be off to living with the orphans. Oh, PG family friendly in this household.
Send me there then, I shouted. Then I can change my name and live a normal life. Things just got worse from there. I hated my parents for this. Now everyone in school knew what my name meant, and kids can be cruel.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty random doing that. But probably expected, but it's probably me.
Morning when I left for school, there would be a fresh dog poo waiting on our porch. There was only one kid on our street with a dog, and it was that nasty French kid.
That's not, the dog. Look, why have they made a cute dog look cursed? That's not very nice. Also, just got to point out to the animators, the outfits that they've picked actually match the characters' faces really well, so well done.
Weeks he'd leave the poo there, but we never caught him. He must have come before we woke up. So one day, me and my dad woke up extra early and waited.
What are them? Them automatic doorbells. Like you get them on an app. They're always advertising like Spotify now. Not a sponsor. You get them like on an app, and then you put them on your door, and it's like going. The person goes, "Hi, your parcel's here," and then you go, "Oh, I'm not home."
Saw him coming up the path, and Dad grabbed the garden hose, and just as his dog started doing its business, Dad threw the door open and aimed the hose right at him.
Go on, the dad.
The water came out so fast, he actually fell onto the ground and started crying.
Well,
I filmed him and couldn't stop laughing. He deserved this. I then grabbed his dog and said,
"You did deserve it. You're right where it's going to keep video of keep it PG family friendly, so we have to look up anagrams to figure out what word could it be."
If you ever let your dog poo here again, I'll show this video to everyone. After that, he
you get them. Unnamed character girl.
Always walked his dog on the other side of the street. But then one time, we were playing hide and seek at school. I'd been hiding for ages, and no one came to find me. Then I heard a girl in my class saying, "Oh, hey, Maird, that's not a very good hiding place, is it?" I was so confused.
So that's her name. So her name's just Ted. So her name is generally, it's Med, but so that basically means just Ted. That's not a swear.
And then I saw what she was doing. She was talking to a piece of dog poo by the school gate. When would this end? It didn't end. It continued. And the jokes were the same every time. So on Halloween last year, I decided to join in on the jokes. I dressed up as the poo emoji.
Good on you, Mrs. Med.
And went along with my friend Sarah to the party. It was at the French boy's house. We knocked on the door and his mom answered. Sarah was dressed as a cute pumpkin and his mom let her in. And then she looked at me and shook her head and said I wasn't welcome in their house because my name offended her and her entire country. And
that is the most PG family, we love everything household line I've ever heard.
Slammed the door in my face. I didn't get it. I thought if I made fun of myself, people would laugh with me instead of at me. But that's not
that is a good thing to do. Well
how it
done.
worked, apparently. And then the universe decided to play with me even more. Our art teacher announced a trip to Paris. So now I'd be going to the land where my name
Well, that's not very nice of Mrs. Teacher.
was a swear word. Great. I'd need to change my name. What if they wouldn't even let me enter the country? As I was thinking that, I went to my locker to get my art supplies. I could smell it before I even saw it. A huge steaming turd lying on my books.
Why does it look like silhouettes of like a monster or someone doing a dance? It generally does look like some dancing silhouettes.
It looked like a human one this time. I heard a bunch of guys laughing behind me. I gave them a death stare.
It looked like a human one this time. You were zookeeper, they know all different types of poo. That angry face from the thumbnail, that's where I got it when skimming through to find thumbnails. Angry face, grrr.
And tried to use a tissue to scoop up the poo. I wanted to throw it at them, but they ran off.
Throw it anyway.
Poo left a big smear across the front of my book. Gross. I chucked all of my stuff
Wouldn't you just throw the book in the bin now? I mean, I was going to say bin, but that wouldn't smell very nice, would it?
in the bin. And was about to try sneak out and go home so I could take a hot shower when the teacher caught me heading for the door. Maird, where do you think you're going? Too late. I had no choice now. I followed her to class and sat down. Suddenly, the girl next to me started sniffing the air. Ew, what's that smell? She said. I could smell it too.
That is the most, stereotypical mean girl voice I've ever heard.
Then I realized what it was. There was poo on my face and in my hair. When I'd scooped the poo off my book, I must have touched my face. Miss, Murd
That's not a small thing.
smells like a real murd. Can you open a window, please? Another girl said. I couldn't take it. I ran out of the class and I slammed the door behind me. I could hear everyone laughing. I went home and ran to the
Move school.
bathroom and scrubbed my hands until they were red raw. Then I took the longest shower and decided it was time to change my name. I looked up how to do it online and realized I'd only be able to do it after the trip. I couldn't miss the trip or I'd risk failing art. I'd just have to grin and bear it. The trip arrived. I was pretty nervous as I stood in the line at immigration. When the officer
Go on.
took my
Good luck.
passport to stamp it, he stared at my name for a while. I lowered my head, waiting.
That's not very nice, Mr. Unnamed Security Guard probably just thought, what's a good security guard name? Timothy. Let's name him Timothy. Because he kind of looks like, what's that cartoon? The one with the dog and the boy. I think it's like, Swedish or something. About, like, oh my god, what's the name of that cartoon? Like, spies or something?
For the insult, but none came. Instead, he started laughing, like really loudly. And then he called his colleagues over. I felt like a freak show.
That's not very nice.
That was just the beginning. Welcome to France, I thought. When we got to our hotel, I went to the bathroom. Suddenly, I heard my name being called, and then everyone in the hotel lobby started tutting and shaking their heads in disgust at my teacher. I even saw a mom covering her kids' ears. Clearly, these people were shocked to hear an American lady shouting, "Merd!" If only they knew it was
I shouldn't laugh.
my name. Anyway, I was used to this, right? The next day, we went to see all the sights. It was amazing. After going up the Eiffel Tower, our teacher gave us a free hour to do what we wanted. Me and my best friend Sarah decided to go to an art museum. But something horrible happened. We got lost. Like, legit
Oh no, well this has took a turn. Bad turn, hasn't it?
lost in Paris. We couldn't find our teacher anywhere.
Lost
Neither
in Paris, isn't that a film? Oh no, that's Lost in... I'm sure there's a film called Lost in Paris. Sure there is.
of us spoke good enough French to ask for help, and we had no Wi-Fi. So basically, it was a recipe for disaster. There was a
Data. Probably out of data. Probably would cost a fortune abroad. I don't know.
man nearby, and he was saying my name. I ran over to him thinking maybe he was a security guard looking for me, but then I realized he was stinking drunk and maybe even crazy. Okay.
I mean, they got the cartoon right of Crazy Drunk Guy. Like, just imagine that's what, that's very stereotypical alcoholic.
Yeah, he was definitely crazy. After waiting on the steps for like an hour, we decided to head back towards the Eiffel Tower. Luckily, it's easy to find that at least, but
I mean, on Spexo.
by this point, it was getting dark.
Hide in Disneyland. There you go, that's your solution. Everything's meant to be happy there, so hide in Disneyland.
Yep, you've guessed it. This crazy drunk man was stumbling along behind us. Picture
Oh no.
two American girls running around a French street screaming. We must have looked ridiculous. I had all these visions of us getting kidnapped. I knew I shouldn't have gone to France. And not just because my name is like the main swear word over there.
You said about like 2 minutes ago in this video that if you didn't go you'd fail, but I was like, yeah, what does she just not go to?
Anyway, he wouldn't stop following us. He just kept chanting my name. Merd, Merd, Merd. If we weren't so scared, it would
How did Crazy Drunk Guy even know the name? Let's name Crazy Drunk Guy. Frederick. Call him
have been
Frederick.
funny. But then things took an unexpected turn. He caught up with us and grabbed Sarah's backpack. He was trying to mug us. I'd heard
That's not very nice, Frederick, who have I just named.
about pickpocketers, but I wasn't prepared for this. I panicked, picked something up off the ground, and threw it at him. I didn't want to hurt him, I just wanted him to go away. Only after I threw it did I realize what it was. Dried up poo.
That wouldn't be very nice. That one big for Mr. Fredricksen. Oh my god, what's that from, Mr. Fredricksen? Nativity! That Christmas film. Who in that's called that? I can't remember what one of them's called that.
That distracted him enough so that me and Sarah could get away from him. We eventually made it back to the Eiffel Tower and ran into the crowd and lost.
Oh my god. There's some film or some show or something where someone's called Mr. Fredricksen and now I can't remember the name of it.
It was seriously impossible to find anyone amongst all those people. Our teacher was tall with red hair, but still I couldn't spot her. Instead, I noticed that everyone around us was giggling and filming something. I stopped for a second and looked around. I couldn't see.
I bet you they're going to say Frederick, well, the young guy, is running around with poo on his head going, poo, 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 ha ha ha, poo lol, or something.
Anything interesting, but then I heard it. Our names, well, my name, on a loudspeaker, being broadcast all around
How often are you got here?
the Eiffel Tower. I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I couldn't understand anything else the announcer was saying. But I figured if I went to the front of the ticket booth area and
It's the teacher, isn't it? And say no. That's not very, I mean, I understand why the teacher's done it. But it's not very nice, the teacher, because the teacher knows.
Bonjour, I'm Merd, they'd be able to help us. A policeman appeared and started escorting us towards his man.
That is the most I can't bother than the policeman, so here's the poo animation with smiles.
Suddenly people started clapping and laughing, and they were all pointing at me and flashing their cameras.
Oh, so
I had no
flashes the
idea
camera.
what was going on. Were we in trouble? But then the roads became
Is this drunken guy an escaped criminal? Because that'll be a good plot twist, won't it?
familiar, and I realized he was taking us back to the hotel. Our teacher was standing in the entrance waiting for us, looking so worried. She kept apologizing for taking so long to find us, explaining that no one would take her seriously when she'd reported us missing, all because of my name. She had even needed to come back to the hotel to get a photocopy of my passport to prove that she really was looking for a girl named Merd. How would I
get there? Oh, you probably can't get the actual passport for like privacy and stuff.
live this down? We still had a week to go in France, and I'd already been publicly humiliated. The following day, we went on a cycling tour along the river, and we stopped to buy some water. Well, you won't
This is gonna say, there's a dog pooing or something.
believe what was on the front of the newspaper. My eyeballs almost bulged out of my head when I saw it. It was me, on the front page. I couldn't read it, but I
This drunk guy has to be an escaped criminal.
knew exactly what it was about. Was my name that much of a shock? Clearly it was. All my classmates saw and started howling with laughter, and the man selling the newspapers started telling a random passerby that I was the Merd girl. Great. And then it got worse. My cousin sent me a message telling me to check Twitter. I was trending on Twitter.
That's an achievement. Spot on.
Someone had actually created a hashtag for me. I couldn't believe it. Was this what it was like to be a celeb,
This has gotta be like, right.
I wondered? And you'll never
It's like, it could be an over party. That's why people trend quickly.
guess what? At the airport on the way home, the exact same immigration man gave me my exit stamp. He couldn't stop grinning at me, and in broken
Oh.
English he said, "You are so big celeb in France now, Merd girl." Well, he wasn't wrong there. It was crazy. How had this happened? I'd gone from being
How had this happened? Well, you got an unusual name. You went to France, even though your teacher knew probably not the smartest idea for you to go there. And then you became trending on Twitter and everyone knows you. Who has a Twitter account?
someone who found dog poo on her doorstep to someone who people actually tweeted about.
Well done. I wonder what the hashtag was now. I hope there's a way. I'm going to try and find this hashtag.
Okay.
Not in this video, just because this will be a very long video after finishing this.
They were mainly making fun of me, but still, I was pretty famous now. When my parents picked me up, the first thing my mom said was, "Still want to change your name?" And then she laughed.
She's going to go, no, I love being the poo girl.
Thanking us now. If anything, at least we've made your life more interesting. Eventually, the hype around my name died down, and I went back to just being married. There would
Aww.
be many more embarrassing moments to come where I'd need to explain my name, going to college, getting my first job, but for now, I've decided to embrace it. I did a
That's good.
Google search, and there are people out there with way worse names than me. I mean, imagine